the world.
In Disney's 102-year history, there have been many defining moments and countless achievements. Today, we celebrate another thrilling moment, the creation of a spectacular new Disney theme park resort coming to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, a place where we preserve our past while designing the future.
Bringing a Disney theme park resort to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi, marks a historic milestone in our journey as a global family destination.
The 7th Disney theme park resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park ambitions. Our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our entire portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique. It's anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. Ultimately, this project will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together.
What we are creating with Disney in Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination, an experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world.
This collaboration represents a powerful fusion of Disney's unmatched legacy in storytelling and Mira's commitment to bringing world-class entertainment to our guests.
Abu Dhabi's vision for the future is to create a legacy for generations to come.
Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. An oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at this crossroads of the world. It will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways, becoming a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come.
Here you leave today and enter a world of
Mickey Mouse! A world of princesses.
A world of villains.
And heroes.
Raise your sabers!
A world of other worlds.
A world of all the favorites. A world of throwbacks. A world of
for whatever you love. Infinite worlds await.
Open your eyes.
Think of the one place you've always wanted to see.
This is where our magic comes from.
They say if you dream a thing more than once,
Please, please, please.
it's sure to come true.
Everything you see exists together in the great circle of life.
There are stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it.
In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun.
I told you she was tricky.
Life is full of possibilities. What do you want to be remembered for?
The world is in our hands, and we gotta do something with it.
I just want to say a word of thanks to all the artists, the workers, and all of you, the young and the young in heart. You help make this dream come true.
Well, with that being said, welcome to Hulu on YouTube. Yes, this is a Hulu original. No, it's not. Don't tell Disney and Hulu that I do that. Good Lord, it's called Vision. Okay, you have to put yourself in the mindset of where you want to be, and this could be this show a Hulu original. Welcome in, Florida and Phil. We're about to have some fun, as we often do at BFP Imagineering. So how this concept came about was, as you all know, we brought you the Universal Entertainment District, the second one. The first one was City Walk, and I had the idea of what if we took Universal Studios Florida, House of Adventure, Volcano Bay, and Epic Universe, and create bars and restaurants inspired by all four parks into its own entertainment district that is available for the people who may not be able to go to the actual parks, but it also is a promotional vehicle. And then Phil said, well, Hulu dis. Oh my God! Listen, we're trying to do good with Disney tonight. Okay, this idea to help them. We know they're not going to do it because they're allergic to creativity, but we're trying here. But then Phil said, "Well, could we take the four parks of Disney and do something?" I'm like, "Sir, yes, but how are we going to do that?" So let's get to it, because higher is waiting, lower is available. I think y'all know what the rest of my statement is, right? But wait, we got to go on tour. Yes, indeed, we do. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. We got those fireworks going off tonight, as you can see. I asked Disney if they could hook it up for Braylon Lee, and of course they said, "Braylon, what time?" I said 8:30. You can have the fireworks going, and they did it for you, man, your friend and family member. So thank you, Disney, for the atmosphere here. With that being said, you see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And then there is me. Hey, everybody, welcome in. Glad to have all of you here. I hope all is well with each and every single one of you. Now, whenever we do a Disney Live, there's one man that has to kick this thing off right. Kicked it off in Abu Dhabi. But I think it's time to hear him fully from his land, Disneyland.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land.
This never gets old. We're about to bust them out with Disney. We're about to blow it away. We're about to shut Spanish out. It's a BFP Imagineering original, and here we go. Oh man, it's nothing like a BFP Imagineering live up in this mother. Yes, indeed. Glad to have y'all here. They are known for their fireworks very well.
This is a global event as Walt Disney World, Disneyland Paris, Tokyo Disneyland, Hong Kong Disneyland, and Disney Cruise Line join Disneyland in celebrating 50 years of magic.
Oh, come on, Ryan, the 50 years of
It's the
magic.
happiest
Look at that.
celebration on Earth.
You can't get bigger than that. Look at that.
Disneyland is dedicated to the
That's
ideas
timing.
and the dreams that have created America.
Oh, my
It's the
God.
hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
Thank you, Walt Disney, for introducing us for a good time to be had for sure. Now, of course, as you all know, we covered the D23 announcements, but there is a beautiful young lady that we at BFP love besides the mouselet. The thick one is mine. Okay, I'm married to that thick mouselet. Okay, Mickey Mouse, she's Minnie. She don't know it yet. I really do give my last name a lot to a lot of women. But it's all about quality, though. This watch me eventually puts it further. I just thought about that. I'm like, damn, I really do give my last name out. One of these days it's going to stick. Okay, damn it. Listen, if you want a future, you have to look beyond what you see. Look beyond what you see. Ow! Look beyond what you see. Shout out to Rafiki. Now, let's get to probably at Disney. So she's going to help us kick it off. Before that, though, I want to shout out a content creator here. This is Tiffany Marie, new content creator. But as you can tell, she is a Disney woman. Okay, so we love our Disney women. Okay, so like, comment, share, subscribe to Miss Tiffany Marie. I will drop her link in the chatterization. And I like what I like, okay? I mean, how can you be not happy with that face? All right, let's roll on to let's roll on to probably at Disney, everybody. Here we go.
With D23 tickets going on sale in just a matter of hours, it is that time to start speculating about what is going to be announced at this year's D23 fan event, and specifically the Disney Parks and Experiences panel, where in the past, former Disney Parks chairman and now CEO Josh D'Amaro would take to the stage and just drop one awesome Disney Parks bombshell after another. It was actually at the last D23 fan event in Anaheim, which was held in 2024, that we first learned about Animal Kingdom's Tropical Americas, Hollywood Studios' Monstropolis and that Door Vault coaster, Magic Kingdom's Cars attractions and Villains Land, Disneyland's Coco ride, and so much more. Also, the D23 fan event show floor is where we often get firsthand looks at what Imagineering is working on, such as new tech, as well as new models and maquettes of future lands, ride buildings, and ride vehicles.
Okay, that lamp is full. I will actually get that box.
But as for this year, I'm going to tell you now, I think the Parks panel, which is being held on Saturday, August 15th, and just the D23 event in general, is going to be different, and for two main reasons. One is that obviously, since we got so much news in 2024 and all of those projects are currently underway, I'm just not expecting as many new ride or land announcements.
Pause it. Let me come on the big screen for a minute. Now, who on YouTube has been saying that the Destination D23 Expo or Expo, shout out to you know who, but don't matter if a past, present, or after life. But anyway, but at the Destination D23 Expo or Expo, that was marriage therapy for the Disney fans. Who also said that this year's D23 is going to be the wedding ceremony or the beginning of divorce negotiations. Who also said that this D23, they don't want to hear anything new of rides or attractions, that there needs to be 70% completed projects and launch dates. I wonder who been saying that on YouTube. I do declare some of y'all are some beefs. Some of you are some of you Woody Woodpecker. Some of you are beasts, you calves, you riverboat mashers. Who said those statements about D23 this year? I'll wait. We got time. We're going to pitch Pleasure Springs tonight. Don't you worry. We're 58. No, not 58. Good Lord. That's what we're going to get to. We're 16 minutes and 4 seconds in. Who has been saying those statements? Because I have not watched probably at Disney's video. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, that's me! Wow! Shuck. Oh my God. Let's go back to the video. I'm not Sherlock Holmes, but that would be obviously Golly Watson. It's Braylon that said, oh, ding, ding, ding. Actually, you know what? Instead of just talking about ding, 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 I think I got a better way to say ding, ding, ding. Give me a moment here.
What is this feeling that everyone's feeling?
Ding, ding, ding.
With such feeling.
Ding, ding, ding.
This winning feeling.
Ding, ding, ding.
This tingle of success. Ding, ding, ding. This sensation of triumph.
Ding, ding, ding.
This
Oh, I can feel it!
This season, everyone gets the winning feeling. Win guaranteed prizes like $250 grand and more. Only at Dave & Buster's.
Back to the video.
That doesn't mean we won't get a surprise or two, nor does that mean this year is going to be boring. It actually means we may get more actual in-depth information about what's on the way, those details and all that stuff that can really get you excited about a new ride or space. The other reason I have different expectations is the fact that Disney Parks Chairman Josh D'Amaro, as I said, is not over the parks anymore. He is now over the whole company. And this is his D23. Whether he will be taking the stage for the Disney Parks and Experiences panel this year, we don't know. For some reason, I think it just might be possible. I think he may still want to hold on to that hosting job. We'll just have to see.
You know, I think sometimes the thing that Disney does best is they create experiences that are once in a lifetime. I don't know if anybody remembers during the Year of a Million Dreams, the Chief Magic official or Chief Magic Officer, the CMO. That was Justin Mahoney, who got to fly back and forth between Walt Disney World and Disneyland and making magic happen. Now, I'm not saying Disney, you gotta do this, but it would be cool if you did a sweepstakes where a fan got to host that presentation. I'm just saying you don't have to do it, but if you did, the contest will be shut down. I will have won already. Listen, this is my opinion. This does not mean it's a fact. Let's continue.
But I also wanted to tell you that while this is my first D23 prediction video of the year, it probably will not be my last. The closer we get to the event, the more details that just tend to leak out and the more hints we get about what is in store. So yeah, I probably will release an updated video when we hear more. I also wanted to make note that some predictions that I am going to include in this video will be obvious to those who follow Disney Park news. But I'm including them because not everybody is in the loop and I can't not mention them since they're going to be a huge part of this year's panel and presentation. But don't worry, if you are looking for some predictions that are less obvious, I have included several of those too, and some may surprise you.
Let's hear it.
Now, before we get to my speculation, if you are new to the channel, I want to say welcome to Probably a Disney. And if Disney park news, predictions, details, and more are your thing too, I would so appreciate if you would hit that like button and subscribe and join the conversation in the comments. I'd love to have you along on this road to D23, as well as everything else coming to the parks this year. But with that being said, let's get to this list. Let's jump into the D23 guessing game based on what we know now. And how I'm going to go about this is I'm going to tackle one resort or location at a time. But apart from two exceptions, I will not be covering all of the international parks. My reason for that is I'm just simply not as familiar with those resorts. Therefore, I don't feel I can speak about their future with confidence, nor do I have any unique insight or expertise about them. So that is why I will not be making predictions from those, apart from, again, two exceptions. Also, for each resort I cover, I will be making one bold swing prediction or a Hail Mary prediction, if you will.
Okay.
This will be something I have not heard concrete reports about, but I think could still happen.
We do that all the time here at BFP Imagineering.
Bring
it on!
In the decade plus that I have been following D23 events and news, there is almost always a surprise that just comes out of left field that we didn't see coming. So my bold swings in this video are my way of predicting just that.
Patrick Mahomes is fast.
Probably Disney always making note and can't mention the obvious of these predictions, but we'll give you a breadcrumb no matter what. You know, that sounds like somebody I know. Damn. Man, who utilizes their own content with publicly available information and just utilizes arc reactors and just turns up the wattage and make sure the levels are right before the suit works? I wonder who does that. Let's continue, everybody. Let's continue.
Fiber home internet from T-Mobile.
So let's do this. Let's get into it. And I'm going to start with the resort that is blowing up the rumor mill as we speak. And what also happens to be one of my exceptions to my international parks rule. And that is details about Shanghai Disneyland's second park. And I'm saying details because I do not expect Disney to announce this second park at D23. I actually think it's going to happen sooner, since the resort just kicked off its 10th anniversary celebration on March 20th, with its literal anniversary taking place on June 16th. June is when I think we'll get the announcement of the second park.
At Shanghai Disneyland.
There is rumored artwork floating around right now, and because we know the plan's project name is Project Atlas. And I actually talked about this on my Patreon, but supposedly the reason for the name is that the park is going to be kind of a new take on Epcot, with a focus on nature and the arts, but with IP-based lands or pavilions. So if I'm right in this,
you know, like I said, Florentin, and Phil have not watched this video, but I have a good feeling that with my Walt Disney World rebrand master plan and, you know, what we put inside Epcot, I do believe we did put intellectual properties that would relate to Epcot. Let's continue. As the fireworks are going off behind us here. Here we go. So Eastcott, basically.
This park is announced in June. I think Disney will unveil more about that park at D23 and likely some specifics about its anchor attractions.
You mean for Shanghai?
And if I have to make a Hail Mary prediction here, it's that if this park is truly an Epcot 2.0, I predict it's going to get an Epcot-inspired Purple Dragon mascot and ride, which I'll have more to say about a little later in this video.
We only know of one purple dragon, and that would be Figment. Oh yes, tune in Thursday night, everyone. Just to give you a little context, conjecture, and connection, Florentin here loves Frozen. If Disney had a contest for the biggest Frozen fan, I think me and Phil together could gladly give a oral pitch to the fans of the D23 Expo, and he will be the prince and the king of Frozen. I think me and Phil will do our jobs very well. There's probably not too many other guys that actually want that position, so we're gonna make sure our friend Thornton gets it. But with that being said, Frozen is a little too spread it out at Disney. I think we can all admit that. And so myself and Phil were trying to figure out something. I have a ride that is going to replace everything in Frozen Ever After. And believe me, when you see this ride, if Disney actually made this ride, I think this could be a starting point, a launching pad, a new dimension to get back to where Disney used to be. But it's going to take a lot more than just this ride to get back to the originality that Disney had. But tune in Thursday night, everybody's going to be a good time. Yes, nature, combination nature and pavilions. Yes, like we talked about, Fortune. Yes, indeed, my friend. Let's continue.
Now, for my next prediction, I'm going to shift over to a different division of Disney parks and experiences. In one I think will be getting a lot of attention this D23, and that is Disney Cruise Line. We always get some Disney Cruise Line news at these biannual events, but this year, we only just learned about the Disney Believe, the next Disney Cruise Line ship in the Wish class, which sets sail as early as next year. I'm fully expecting the typical Wish class news rollout with new concept art and likely a pavilion on the Anaheim Convention Center show floor all about it, as well as some details about its venues, because as a reminder, the Believe's theme is promise and possibilities, and it's set to feature IPs like Snow White, Little Mermaid, Iron Man, Encanto, and Moana. I am also confident we are going to learn a lot more about Disney Cruise Line Japan, a subsidiary of Disney Cruise Line that was only just made official in recent days, because the Oriental Land Company, which foots the bill for Tokyo Disney and Tokyo Disney.
Question for everybody. If you were Josh tomorrow and you were going to make Disney Cruise Line Japan and you have Hong Kong Disneyland and Shanghai Disneyland, could you do what Royal Caribbean and Universal did with Way More Than a Vacation, where you could do a 7-day, 7-night vacation aboard Disney Cruise Line Japan with a 4-day trip to Shanghai Disneyland or Hong Kong Disneyland? Ladies and gentlemen, my job is to say the quiet part out loud. Okay, don't get mad at me. Okay, I'm just keeping it a buck with y'all, and I'm understanding the moves that are happening around us, which has allowed me to see what's in front of us. Okay, so just put that in your brain and just think about it. And let me know in the live chat and replay gang. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about that idea? Let's continue.
You see, it's getting a Disney cruise ship, and it's also expected to be in the Wish class and has a 2029 sail date. But here's the thing, as I've been saying, Tokyo Disney is known for just letting Imagineers run wild, and that is why their parks are the best in the world. So the big question is, what do they have planned for this ship? And what will the theme be, since they already have a park dedicated to the sea with Tokyo Disney Sea? I think Duffy and Friends will 100% have a major presence on board, but I truly don't know what they're cooking up otherwise. But I predict it's going to be incredible, and Disney is going to make that known at this year's D23. That brings me to my big swing prediction for Disney Cruise Line this year, which is I predict Disney is going to announce another private island destination. Because if we're getting the Believe and then 3 other ships, Disney Cruise Line is going to need more than just Castaway Cay and Lighthouse Point. And let's be honest here, Lighthouse Point didn't really live up to guest hopes and expectations. And other cruise lines are really besting Disney when it comes to private ports right now. So even though a new private destination is a difficult undertaking and a huge investment, I think it's needed, I think it's necessary, and I would love to see Disney go for something totally different for them, and maybe more along the lines of Royal Caribbean's private islands with pools and a water park.
I don't think that probably at Disney is wrong about that at all. I really don't think so. The more ships you have, the more that you're going to need islands to keep all the ships in rotation. Now, Royal Caribbean, Perfect Day at Coco Cay is a top-notch private island. It is. Celebration Key from Carnival Cruise Lines is amazing. There's literally a sand castle that you can slide through. But there is one more private island that's making improvements that will be out this summer.
Introducing the greatest escape in the Caribbean, the island you've been waiting for. Welcome to the Great Life on Great Stirrup Cay. This is the greatest pool you've ever seen life, 28,000 square feet of it, and the epic water park life. It's where you can truly experience the whoa life and the floating through paradise life. It's time to escape to a mind-blowing, sky-high tower of water slides and the Here We Go life. Escape to the One More Please Wherever You Please life and kick it into high gear. Escape to where you can kick back and relax. The great life is waiting. Escape to the incredible new Great Stirrup Cay, only with Norwegian Cruise Line. Introducing the greatest.
So, could they try to also do a more mature magical island? Because we know about Golden Oak and how they have infused Disney into their homes. So could they take a Golden Oak style approach to this new private island? Could be a possibility. A Philippines island for Disney, definitely. I'll say they got thousands of islands, and they do. Disney Sea Branch, very possible. Let's keep going. I don't think that prediction is a big swing. I think that's very logical, but she's saying it's a big swing because some permit would have to be out and about right now for that. Let's keep going.
The next resort we're going to tackle is the one that started it all, Disneyland, beginning with Disneyland Park. For this year's D23, I am predicting that Imagineering will finally unveil its new vision for Disneyland's Tomorrowland. And I know this is something fans have been hoping for and predicting for years. But the need for it and the conversation around it has only gotten louder in recent years. And there have been some comments in recent months that really have me thinking the Disney brass is finally serious about this. And I don't think Josh D'Amaro's new position hurts those odds, especially with him, unlike Bob Iger, knowing the park so intimately and having been president of Disneyland at one point. I'm pretty sure I'll have further predictions for Disneyland Park a little closer to D23. So I'm going to put a pin in this park for the moment, as most of my predictions today have to do with Disney California Adventure. As for that park, of course, I think
Oswald, our good buddy,
timeline for that park's Cocoa Boat ride.
He deserves
the
to be
site
seen
prep
more often.
is
Disney.
well underway, by the way.
He is the original,
as well as some new concept art, maybe the reveal of the boat that's going to be the ride vehicle, in a preview of its animatronics, which Josh D'Amaro teased are going to be incredible 2 years ago at the last D23. But here is my prediction for this ride. I think they're going to announce that it's going to be replicated at another Disney park. So we're not just getting one Coco ride, we're getting two. At the moment, though, I do not think
next chapter in the long and exciting history between Disney parks and Star Wars. We're creating a jaw-dropping new world that represents our largest single-themed land expansion ever. One more thing, we're not just building one of these, we're building two.
There's that iconic line. Y'all know how we are over here. Let's get back to our video.
It's coming to Epcot. That could change, of course. I could be wrong. But I really think another version is being developed, and we're not going to find out where it's going until D23 in August.
God.
Another DCA prediction is an opening timeline for Avengers Campus's Avengers Infinity Defense and Stark Flight Lab. In fact, I'm expecting quite a bit of information to be revealed.
Bob Iger just said we're not building one, we're building two. That's what he said.
Infinity Defense's ride system, which is supposed to be brand new, as well as its storyline, and whether that has been altered at all to incorporate current MCU storylines and that studio's direction. I do think it's possible, schedule pending, that Robert Downey Jr. could be on hand to help break this news, and maybe as a cross promotion for Avengers Doomsday, which releases in December of this year. Robert Downey Jr. has expressed his interest in Imagineering. He has already been part of presentations about this expansion already, and he was just named the godparent of the Disney adventure. And given D23 will also have a studio showcase the day prior, where big talent often makes appearances, I think it's very possible he'll be in town and on hand for a cameo during the parks panel. And of course, you know, I'm also expecting we get some clarification and an update about the mysterious Avatar experience. In 2024, at that D23, Disney had a ton to share about this land or area or experience, whatever it's supposed to be. But currently, Disney still has yet to break ground.
Sir, we have explained this to you time and time and time again. And I will say it right now. Darth Vader riding through Frontierland has a higher probability of happening than a frozen land happening in the United States of America. Stop it. Go to the corner. You're in timeout. Back to the video. Well, here's the thing, right? I think the reason why they did only one is because, well, Disney's Hollywood Studios, right, Disney's Hollywood Studios is the experience of what Hollywood was in the golden age, right? And I think listen, okay? And I think what ended up happening with that is that they had to evolve with the times. They had to be more about being current than being story driven. But with, Disney's California Adventure, you think about Pixar Pier, right? You think about Pixar Pier. And, Mike and Sully to the Rescue, I do believe that ride was there since the movie came out, right? So it's been there for a very long time. So I think that the cultural relevance of that ride had a lot more impact back then than it does now. Not to say that Monsters, Inc. isn't beloved. It is. But yeah, so hopefully that answers your question. But sincerely, Darth Vader riding through Frontierland will happen before a frozen land. Let's continue, except for Blizzard Beach. Let's get Braylon Dwayne Maui Land. Let's keep going, y'all.
And there is talk online that Disney may now be pivoting to a Zootopia land for the Disney California Adventure backlot, with Avatar going elsewhere. Personally, I think this makes a lot of sense. I think Zootopia would better fit this corner of the park, but I don't expect Disney to say one way or the other until D23. And if a location swap proves to be true, I think Avatar will be part of Disneyland Forward and other plans related to that project. Now, for my big swing prediction for the Disneyland Resort, I just can't help but think that Disney has some sort of surprise in store related to Disneyland's Galaxy's Edge. I have wondered if they'll wait for Ryan Gosling's Star Wars Starfighter movie, especially given Gosling's star power right now, and maybe they will. But I also think Disney has learned not to necessarily base their park experiences on new films and projects. Save that for activations, but build what you know will stand the test of time. Right. So call it a feeling, call it the Force, but I am predicting some sort of expansion or new addition to Disneyland's Galaxy's Edge, and likely connected to the original trilogy in a way that is more than just characters, props, and music.
I will agree with that.
Now, let's get to Walt Disney World, which is where I think we could get the most.
Hang on, wait. Bob Iger has something to say. Bob Iger, what do you have to say about Galaxy's Edge and the original trilogy? What do you have to say about how this is going to happen?
One more thing. We're not just building one of these. We're building two.
The man has spoken. Okay, the man has spoken. The man has spoken. Let's get back to
at this year's D23. And for the sake of organization, I'm going to go park by park, and I'm going to start with the land that I think has the most to reveal, and that is Animal Kingdom. Ooh. With Tropical America slated to open.
By the way, I will throw out Zootopia, and I think that corner should be for Oswald and Wasteland. Bring Epic Mickey into the damn parks. Okay? Now, I think it can be done. I'm going to go back to Bob Iger real quick, because Bob, what do you believe about Oswald and how that can be done?
One more thing. We're not just building one of these. We're building two.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. He is saying you should not only build one of these Oswald experiences, but you should build two of them. One for Disney World, one for Disneyland. Let's continue.
Next year, I'm predicting a ton of new concept art. I'm predicting models and maquettes and ride vehicles on display. And I'm predicting official ride names, because we still don't know what the names of this land's rides are going to be. And I'm also confident we're going to get a more specific opening timeline. Currently, I am expecting October 2027 for the debut of Tropical Americas, but Disney could play it safe and give us a fall 2027 or a late 2027. But in general, I think a time frame that is more narrowed down is highly likely. But beyond that, I could easily see
Bob
one of the
Iger spoke.
Imagineers
Hang on,
working
no,
on
no, no,
Indiana
hang on.
Jones, addressing the audience.
I'm sorry, probably at Disney. I got to do a floor tour real quick. Now, Bob Iger spoke, okay? Now, we're going to listen to Bob Iger. He said we're not building just one, we're building two. That's what he said. He is still an advisor to Disney. Oh, wait, I can't say that. Darn it, Universal. Let's get back to the video.
To get a more specific opening timeline. Currently, I am expecting October 2027 for the debut of Tropical Americas, but Disney could play it safe and give us a fall 2027 or a late 2027. But in general, I think a time frame that is more narrowed down is highly likely. But beyond that, I could easily see one of the Imagineers working on Indiana Jones, addressing the audience and breaking down this attraction's storyline, as well as its cultural and geographical integrity and influences. And as I shared with you in a previous video, I also think we could get a sneak peek at the next gen animatronics they're going to be using for Indiana Jones. Disney has really been promoting their animatronic tech this year, and with Harrison Ford and Indiana Jones being so recognizable, this seems like a given. I'm also hoping, although this by itself could be a Hail Mary prediction, that former Imagineer Joe Rohde will take the stage during the parks panel to really present this land and really sell it to fans, while also reassuring them that it is 100% true to the spirit and design of Animal Kingdom. But for
I will agree with that, because if you all remember, Joe Rohde came out and said that he tried to pitch Tropical Americas 15 years ago. So I don't think that's a crazy prediction. I think that's right on point, as probably at Disney often is.
For my official big swing prediction for Animal Kingdom, I'm going to go ahead and predict a version of Disneyland Paris's Lion King ride for this park.
You know what?
If you're familiar with this attraction, you know it is
would
a perfect
be amazing
fit for Animal
if
Kingdom.
that happened.
This park still, even with Tropical Americas opening next year, needs more ride capacity. And Disney has to know that a Lion King ride like this would deliver. It would be a guaranteed home run with guests. My doubts are location logistics, given Africa's proximity to animal enclosures and the fact that Animal Kingdom is already getting so much already. But this is my hope. This is my blue sky prediction. But I also don't think it's entirely out of the realm of possibility. I also wouldn't be shocked if Animal Kingdom has a bit more in store for Bluey. But as for a permanent land or even an attraction related to that character, I still think it's a little
They're
bit
staring
early.
into your soul.
Moving on to Hollywood Studios, I don't have a ton of predictions for this park right now. Since Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets, the Walt Disney Studios Courtyard, Magic of Disney Animation, and a new mission for Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run are all opening this year and likely before D23. Therefore, if this park gets any news, it's likely going to be about Monstropolis, that Monsters Inc. land replacing Muppets Courtyard, and which will be anchored by Disney's first ever vertical lift coaster, themed after the original film's door scene. Just how much we learn, though, I think could be a bit iffy. And the reason is some fans are still bitter about Monsters Inc. and a new Monsters Inc. show replacing Muppets Courtyard in Muppet Vision 3D. And I tend to wonder if Disney may have concerns about maybe getting booed or not having much of a response or not having much of a positive response to this news.
I looked into many.
Man, I think I might have some exclusive footage of what could happen at D23 if nobody responds. Give me a moment.
I think the next president needs to be a lot quieter, but send a signal that we're prepared to act in the national security interests of this country to get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap. Signal that we're prepared to act in the national security. I think the next president needs to be a lot quieter, but send a signal that we're prepared to act in the national security interests of this country to get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap. I think the next president needs to be a lot quieter, but send a signal that we're prepared to act in the national security interests of this country to get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap.
I think that might be what happens probably at Disney. Guys, please clap. We don't need Braylon saying we suck ass and that we're allergic to creativity and that we're a has-been. Could you please clap so Braylon can't say shit? Now, of course, Josh tomorrow's not going to say that at D23 because you can't cuss at D23, okay? This is all in your imagination. Shout out to SpongeBob. Wait a minute. Bob, really? Okay, fine. Go ahead, Bob. What do you have to say about, Disney telling their audience to please clap about Monstropolis? What do you have to say?
One more thing. We're not just building one of these. We're building two.
And the audience rejoices. Back to the video.
Many different online course options and chose DMI. The course was fantastic.
So how much we get is a bit up in the air, but I do think Disney has to address what they are putting in the Muppet Vision Theater.
Okay.
We know it's going to be about Mike Wazowski, and that's about it. I have wondered, although I'm not sure if I'm confident enough to make it a prediction, if some of that new walk-around animatronic technology that Disney has been showing us, like what they used for Olaf, could be used for a Mike Wazowski animatronic. That could really elevate this show and help justify removing the Muppets.
I don't think it's out of the land of
I intend
possibility.
to dig a little bit more into that, and who knows, maybe in my next video, I'll be confident enough to make it an official prediction. But I do think safer bets would be a focus on the door coaster and likely some new artwork and additional info about the theming of this whole area, as well as what's replacing Pizza Rizzo, because at the moment, we still don't know. As for my big prediction for Hollywood Studios, I'm going to predict, and I know this is out there, but I have discussed it before, is a new name for the park. I don't think Disney is...
Now, Monster Slicer. Monster Slicer. Monster Slicer is slice, except without the E, it's an A. Monster. Monsta, Slicer. So I think the Monster Slicer shopper, I think that would be good. Now, I know it's sounding a bit Italiano, okay, but that's what it's supposed to be given. Now, when it comes to this name thing, I would love to just suggest that Disney Imagination Wood Studios would be a great name. It's already been pitched. The concept is brilliant, and it's blending the imagination of Disney with the technological knowledge of Hollywood into one land. Just saying. Now, I do think that the fact that they still have the Disney MGM Studios plaque, I think keep that, because you do need to recognize, embrace, and respect the old school fans who recognize all the history, not just the history that is just tied to intellectual property. Let's keep going.
Is totally done with Hollywood Studios. And I think they see the value as well as the problems associated with this park. And I think there could be a new cohesive vision for Hollywood Studios on a bulletin board at Walt Disney Imagineering somewhere, and a new name could be part of that. Okay, it is now time to talk about Epcot. And I know you know what I'm going to say, and you're not wrong. I am predicting a new version of Journey into Imagination with Figment. I addressed this in my podcast about Josh D'Amaro's first day on the job, where the first and last question he was asked during a live Q&A, both questions had to do with Epcot's Imagination Pavilion. And I told you then that these questions are typically screened ahead of time. So it was really interesting to me that they got in, that they were included. So while I am not expecting much to be announced for Epcot at this D23, I think the odds are better than ever that we get good news for Figment. I am also going to predict for Epcot that we get news about a new resort. For quite a while now, there has been speculation about whether Disney's new DVC resort will be next to the Magic Kingdom or it'll be next to Epcot. I think Magic Kingdom makes sense since it's already a construction zone and they're going to want to increase accommodation.
You're not wrong. There is an article from Blog Mickey that allegedly is saying that they have stopped the potential plans for an in-resort hotel in the Magic Kingdom. Now, I give WD Pro his credit. He did talk about it as well. We did this in a chill zone edition. It was funny as all get out because there was a monorail coming out of Cinderella Castle from this gentleman right here. Yes, this gentleman. But the Cinderella Castle Hotel overall was beautiful. 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 I pitched something. I think Phil pitched something. I think the biggest thing is, right, if you are going to bring a in-park hotel, it has to be one with the land, right? It has to be one with the land. It has to be one with the land. And quite frankly, if you think about the castle that is, what's the castle that is an amalgamation of all the princesses? I think that's in Shanghai Disneyland, if I'm not mistaken, where there's like multi-levels. I think that route would be amazing because there's never been a princess hotel, not to that degree. Now, of course, you're going to be very selective with the audience because mostly women are going to want to stay there, right? So you do have to find something. That Tomorrowland themed hotel was excellent. That could be a possibility as well. So, but here's the thing too, right? When you look at blog Mickey Wookie, when you wiki, waka waka, manamana, do 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 do, manamana, do 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 do, manamana. Yes. Animal. Anyway, back to what I'm saying. I think if you're going to do, it has to be something that honors the legacy, but expands how people can be a part of it. The hotel has to expand the legacy while also feeling like home that people can give a contribution to the hotel. It has to expand the legacy, but also has to feel intimate enough that people can contribute something to the hotel. And remember how Universal had that permit for a new attraction? They immediately changed it. Just because there's a rumor out from Block Mickey that the plans have stopped, sometimes plans are paused to do revisions, just like we do at BFP Imagineering. Let's continue.
In capacity when Piston Peak and Villains Land opens. But I have also heard more concrete reports about Disney scouting land next to Epcot for a new Epcot resort, and actually in the area by the Journey into Imagination Pavilion. Now, just because Disney scouted land or even considered this project a few months ago does not mean that it's going to move forward. But I do think some sort of resort announcement is in store for this year's D23 Parks panel. And just based on the timing of some rumors, my money is on a new Epcot resort for the moment. As for my Hail Mary prediction for Epcot, I recently talked with you about how I believe San Francisco Street aboard Disney Cruise Line's Disney Adventure may have been recycled or inspired by Epcot's scrapped Play Pavilion. And last year, we heard and saw Disney scouting the old Wonders of Life Pavilion around the same time as there was quite a bit of online chatter about whether Disney was looking to just demo that location. Well, after seeing San Francisco Street and given its glowing reviews, I can see Disney bringing this Play Pavilion concept back, just maybe retooled a little bit. Our last Walt Disney World park is, of course, the Magic Kingdom, where we have 2 lands currently under construction. We have been hearing and seeing what Disney may have in store for Piston Peak's Anchor Off-Road Rally Race Ride, but details about the ride system have been a little foggy and a little conflicting. So that is why I predict we're going to have a much clearer understanding of what this ride is actually going to be at D23. And that's because Disney needs to sell the public on this ride concept, especially since it's going vertical at Magic Kingdom as we speak. And I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm predicting it's now going to be trackless in the sense that there will not be a visible track. I know we have seen some videos and we have heard some other evidence to suggest otherwise, But at this point, I'm honestly wondering if Disney has changed their vision for the ride system over the past year or so, and what is actually in the works is a little different than what it was initially. Again, I could be wrong, but for now, that is my prediction. No visible track for this off-road rally race. As for the land's second attraction that has been such a mystery, I do think that will be revealed at D23. I think it kind of needs to be. But something else that I'm predicting, and with confidence, is more of the story of Piston Peak to be revealed at the panel, and an explanation of how it all ties into Frontierland. Not only is that kind of needed, but it would also give Disney a way to talk about this project without getting into too many specifics right now. As for Villains Land, I am predicting that we are going to get a concrete vision for this expansion at D23 with new concept art and details on those two rides. I'm kind of expecting this could be like a second land announcement, just a little more realized and less of a mood board than it was in 2024, but at the same time, not necessarily finalized, if you know what I mean. It's also worth noting that in the promo video for this year's D23, they included the clip of Josh D'Amaro announcing Villains Land. So I think that's a bit of proof that this project will definitely be delved into. As a reminder, there was supposedly a meeting that either is going to happen or has recently happened where Disney was going to kind of nail down this vision. So we could hear more about what's in store for Villains Land ahead of D23, and if we do, I will be sure to share that with you. But expect at least something you can bank on to be unveiled at this year's panel. And I'm going to tell you now, it could be different than what we've been hearing.
True.
As for the rest of Magic Kingdom, if it hasn't happened already by the time D23 occurs in August, I am predicting Disney will dive into their plans for Tomorrowland's Carousel of Progress and how it's going to incorporate that Walt Disney animatronic.
Walt Disney is coming,
this is a very important attraction to Disney history and to Disney fans, and I think it would be smart for them to really kind of explain what they're doing, why they're doing it, and why it's important for Disney history moving forward. I also wouldn't be surprised if the exterior of Carousel of Progress gets an update as well, especially since Disney has been quietly updating Tomorrowland's overall look one project at a time over the past couple of years. For my Magic Kingdom Hail Mary prediction, I'm going to go big, and I am going for Liberty Square. There has been some talk that Frontierland is not the only Magic Kingdom land that's headed for a refresh.
Wait a minute.
With Piston Peak,
I want to give Phil Mecca his credit because he did something that made me say, fuck you, go to the corner and go to sleep. How dare you be that amazing? And he played around with Liberty Square. Okay? He played around with Liberty Square. Like I said, we have not watched this video. This is the first time we're watching it together live with all of you. Let's keep going.
Affecting Liberty Square, there could be something there. And I have to wonder, but don't know, if that may have something to do with those Hall of President rumors from over a year ago.
How do you turn a weeknight into a fiesta?
Easy. El Monterey burritos.
And queso, yeah!
Just what they have planned and what's in store, at the moment, I'm not entirely sure. I'm just hoping the overall theme and emphasis on historical accuracy doesn't go away. But I can't deny that I wouldn't be interested in seeing something new come to this land. Now, my final D23 prediction for today is that other exception I mentioned regarding the international parks, and it has to do with Disneyland Abu Dhabi. I've shared in recent videos that even though Disney is still saying they're committed to this new park, current world events have had to have thrown this project into planning purgatory. There's just no way that it hasn't. So I'm predicting Disney will once again assure us of their interest and their intentions for Abu Dhabi, but really not give us much more than that. If anything, it may actually help Shanghai Disney's second park get off the ground even faster, since all the focus can go on one new park, not two. And despite the fact that there are some global complications associated with that park's location, as we're predicting Disney will once again assure us of their interest and their intention. It may actually help Shanghai Disney's second park get off the ground even faster, since all the focus can go on one new park, not two. It may actually help Shanghai Disney's second park get off the ground even faster, since all the focus can go on one new park, not two. It may actually help Shanghai Disney's second park get off the ground even faster, since all the focus can go on one new park, not two.
One more thing. We're not just building one of these. We're building two.
And despite the fact that there are some global complications associated with that park
I love our
location
damn
as
show.
well. But there you have it. That is my 2026 D23 Parks Panel predictions. At least for the moment anyway. Like I said at the top, we typically hear some hints, some rumors, some leaks about what's in store a little bit closer to D23. And if I hear anything different from what I shared with you today, I will be sure to update you and hopefully have even more predictions to share. But now it's your turn. I want to know what you think. Do share in the comments below, and please do remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and consider supporting the channel.
Now, Bob Iger was the one who said we're not building one, we're building two.
But as always, thank you
for
taking the time
Disney
to watch
said they
and to listen.
focus on one and not two.
I truly hope you have a
Probably at
blessed
Disney
and a
didn't do
magical day.
nothing. God, Florentin, what is wrong with you, sir? You okay? You had a long day. Now, that being said, let's get to Pleasure Island, okay? So here we go. Understood. Pleasure Island was an area of downtown Disney shopping, dining, and entertainment district at Walt Disney World Resort in Lake Buena Vista, Florida. It officially opened on May 1st, 1989, and on September 27th, 2008, all of its clubs were closed, but its retail stores and restaurants remain open. The area is now called The Landing, and it's a central part of Disney Springs. So as the name originates from a fictional location in Walt Disney's 1940 Pinocchio, Pleasure Island opened illuminating Church Street Station in downtown Orlando, Florida. That was a huge area, and there was this great lounge and bar and just attraction, and it had let me tell you something. It had Big Louis Armstrong, brother, and it had a white, buxom woman, and they had a good old time down there. Okay, at that time, my Lord, my mouth and descriptions. What can I say? At that time, this was a highly successful gated attraction which offered admission to multiple clubs for one price. The legend the Disney Company created is that Pleasure Island was based on its fictitious owner, Meriwether Adam Pleasure, and was carried on into one of its clubs, the Adventurer Club. Meriwether Pleasure was said to be an industrialist and explorer who decided to move his family to Florida and start sail-making and yacht construction business on the island during the 1920s through the early 1940s. He enjoyed throwing parties for his employees and friends after hours, but eventually he was lost at sea. His sons failed at running the company. Without him, the land was mostly destroyed in a storm. As the story goes, Disney would recover the ruins of the pleasure complex, establish a nightclub district to carry on pleasure, merry-making spirit. And by the way, no, I did not say that. No, because in my Walt Disney World rebrand master plan, I brought some energy to Liberty Square. We're not going to do that to me, Florentin. Nope, sir. No. You see my finger? It's pointing. It's 3D. It's getting bigger. See that there? No, we're not. We're not doing this. As big as I can make my finger. No, we're not doing this. Every night at midnight, New Year's Eve was celebrated at Pleasure Island with a fireworks show. This tradition lasted from 1990 through New Year's Eve 2005. So we're going to do some videos here, and then we're going to pitch Pleasure Springs. From this space, an island energy springs forth new possibilities. Here we go.
Pleasure Island at Walt Disney World was a 6-acre man-made island in downtown Disney that featured a number of nightclubs where guests looking to keep their vacation going could drink, dance, and celebrate New Year's Eve every evening. After almost 20 years, the island finally closed its doors. Was poor planning on Disney's part the reason why? That's kind of a vague question, so let me specify. Did the poor planning around the layout of downtown Disney and its expansions ultimately result in the closure of Pleasure Island? As far as Disney's official stance, we'll probably never know, but otherwise it seems that it played a part. In order to dig into why, we first need to look at the history of Pleasure Island. Back in the mid-1980s, when Michael Eisner took over as Disney's new CEO, he became very concerned with trying to keep guests on Disney property. There was a lot of money involved in a Walt Disney World vacation, and he felt there was no reason why that money shouldn't go into Disney's pocket instead of the middlemen outside of the company. He pushed for building more owned and operated resorts on Disney property so that guests would stay at their hotels over outside chains. He expanded the resort from 2 theme parks to 4 in order to give people a reason to stay longer. All of that was great, but one problem was that at the end of the day when the parks closed, there wasn't much left to do. Adult guests would head to downtown Orlando for its nightlife scene, which was growing with the popularity of places like Church Street Station. So Disney too decided it was time to get into the nightlife game. They dug out a canal through a piece of downtown.
Wait a minute, hang on a second. Bray better be careful and mind his business because Creole will be coming after your behind. Who's to say that I don't want her to come after my behind and she say off with my head and I execute the assignment, motherfucker. Don't play with me. Shit. Okay. All right. That just took it to a very adult fashion there. That escalated very quickly. And hashtag I'm a glass case of emotion. Frank said Disney did nothing to you. Yes, midway to Main Street. He has not posted in a long time, but he's now known as he was formerly known as Rob Place, but a great content creator. Excuse me, sir. I'm the one that said, "Girl, be quiet." Through Bray's virtual tour. Yes, indeed. Let's get back to the video, shall we? Yes.
Town Disney, which at the time was called Walt Disney World Village, and built 6 nightclubs on the man-made island. They ranged from techno clubs to comedy clubs to the cult favorite, the Adventurers Club. Borrowing the name from Pinocchio and given its own original backstory, the island was dubbed Pleasure Island. After going over budget more than 3 times its original estimate of $30 million, and after being delayed for over a year, Pleasure Island opened on May 1st, 1989. the same day as Disney MGM Studios. As part of the opening, Walt Disney World Village was rebranded as the Disney Village Marketplace. When it first opened, the business model for the island was such that guests were able to freely come and go on the island itself, but the clubs themselves had a cover fee. This model resulted in long lines outside of the clubs and confusion from guests who didn't know where they could or couldn't go. So as a result, the following year in 1990, they switched over to a gated island model. At 7 p.m., guests would have to pay a flat $10 fee to enter the island, which would grant them access to all 6 clubs. This not only helped with the crowds and lines, but it also encouraged guests to explore the different clubs throughout the night. It also allowed Disney to offer outside entertainment. Disney felt they needed a hook to relaunch the island and clear up the confusion of the initial year. One idea was to have the island celebrate New Year's Eve every night of the year. Party favors out.
Thornton, hang on a second. What's going on here? Hang on. We're just having fun here. Hang on a second. What? Wait a minute. Hey, wait. Thornton, hold on a second now. Listen. I know I joke, I kid, and I play, but like our brotherhood is real around here. What's going on? I'm literally just setting it up for Disney Pleasure Springs, bro. Like, just breathe with me here. We good. We good. We good here. Just breathe with me. We're gonna finish Rob Plays video, then we got one more video, then we're gonna pitch it, and wait till y'all see what I've done and what we've done with Pleasure Springs. We were trying to make sure that we honored the old and brought something new, because this original idea of Pleasure Island really mattered and does matter to a lot of people. Wait a minute, hang on a second. Wait, what's going on here? Is everything good in the chat? I'm confused. Y'all know that I tease, poke, and prod with y'all, but it's all in brotherly love here. So I'm gonna go back to the video and we're gonna pitch this thing. Okay, so don't worry, we're gonna bring it on home.
Outdoor music, a countdown, and fireworks. It was a bit confusing at first, but ultimately it worked, and Pleasure Island became a popular nightlife spot for both Disney guests and Orlando locals. Things were great. Then, in 1997, the area would see a significant change that may very well have been the beginning of the downfall for Pleasure Island. The Disney Village Marketplace was once again rebranded. The original area was still considered the Marketplace, and Pleasure Island was still Pleasure Island. However, in addition to the two areas, a new section to the west of Pleasure Island opened under the name of the West Side, featuring Disney Quest along with a few new restaurants and venues. Together, all 3 areas were collectively now known as Downtown Disney. Here's where the problem comes in. The way Downtown Disney was laid out, the easiest way to get from the Marketplace to the West Side was through Pleasure Island, and after 7 p.m., that island was closed off. For guests who didn't want to pay to get onto Pleasure Island, they had to go back to the Downtown Disney parking lot area to go around the island. It wasn't the end of the world, but it wasn't convenient either. A number of years later, in 2004, Disney would once again revert Pleasure Island back to its original setup. Guests would be able to once again wander on and off the island for free while paying for access separately to the clubs. While this did solve the traffic flow problems of Downtown Disney, it also meant the eventual retiring of some of the outdoor activities on the island. By the next year, Disney would discontinue the nightly New Year's Eve celebrations. Bit by bit, Pleasure Island was losing part of the charm that made it stand out to guests looking for a good time. Eventually, it was announced that in September of 2008, Pleasure Island would close in order to be replaced by various shopping and dining spots. It was going to be rebranded and rethemed to an area called Hyperion Wharf. After constant delays, the project went nowhere until a few years later when Disney would unveil their plans for a complete transformation of Downtown Disney into Disney Springs. So was the placement of the West End the reason why Pleasure Island closed? Well, I don't think so. I think it played a significant part, as the changes to the island to deal with the flow of guests ultimately led to Pleasure Island losing parts of what made it special. That said, there's usually more than one reason behind a change that significant. For one, it's argued that the clubs began to show their age. Disney is not particularly known for staying on the cutting edge of popular trends. There's also the fact that Disney parks were staying open later over time, and the resort was growing and offering more to do in the evenings, giving guests more options outside of Pleasure Island.
That used to be with Extra Magic
Again,
hours.
with something like this, there will probably never be an official answer. But the changes and the eventual fate of Pleasure Island serve as a good example of just how important something as seemingly simple as layout can be to the life of an attraction or land at Walt Disney World.
Very well done, Rob Plays. Miss your brother. I hope that you are doing very well. Now let's go to this next video here.
Because when I'm on the road, we can't go to bed without seeing each other's face. So that video chat powered by Spectrum Mobile.
Imagine
this video here comes to us from Parks and Popcorn. Here we go.
A world where Disney created a sort of kids version and young adult version of Las Vegas. But instead here we would have a lot less alcohol and sex. Now, that is actually what they did in the 1990s with Pleasure Island. Any Disney fan will recognize the name Pleasure Island from Pinocchio, because in Pinocchio, there is a part where Pinocchio and his buddy go off to Pleasure Island. Now, they are literally human trafficked by this old creepy man, and they go to this island with all the other boys for fun and free games and free food and drinks and tobacco. The whole island is a nice way for the villains in the film to get the young boys to become donkeys, and then they sell them to the slave mines where they are in the mines for the rest of their lives. It's a really, really dark scene in a Disney movie. So if you watch it back, it's really dark. And some of the dialogue is pretty creepy about what they say about the kids. But we're not going to play any of that here because I'm not trying to get Disney copyright here.
And by the way, I'm going to show you why I really like this video. Because even though he's got 156 subscribers, he knows how to do a thumbnail. Give me a moment. I just wish Jessica Rabbit was real. Moving on back to the video. Okay. All right. Moving on.
Here. Now, luckily, Michael Eisner did not make a front for child slaves. Instead, they made it a weird Las Vegas nightlife experience.
That's the Party Meister,
that
by the way.
would have a lot of famous people, including Michael Eisner himself and George Lucas and former US President Jimmy Carter attending a few times. This is the story of Disney's bizarre Pleasure Island. Now, before I can even really tell you about this island, I must let you know who this Michael Eisner is. Michael Eisner was the Disney CEO from 1984 all the way until 2005. Eisner comes in with his buddy Frank Wells, and they have big plans for the company. Some things that Michael Eisner brought to you and me would include Disney's MGM Studios, which is now called Hollywood Studios, the Animal Kingdom, the Disney Fast Pass system. He even gave us the first ever Disney cruise line. Eisner also worked to open Disneyland Paris, Tokyo Disney Sea, and Hong Kong Disneyland. And of course, you know, the 2001 Disney's California Adventure, which has been drastically overhauled by the current CEO, Bob Iger. However, Eisner even gave us the Disney Renaissance, you know, those really amazing films that you know and love, like The Lion King. He gave us Star Tours, Indiana Jones, Splash Mountain, and Soarin' Over California, which later would become Soarin' Over the World. Eisner was a visionary leader, to put it lightly, but he also made some interesting and a little bit strange and somewhat misguided decisions out there. Eisner is both celebrated and sort of hated because he made some really weird decisions for Disney, but he also kind of changed and saved the Disney company for better. But he also did some bad things, like its entire debacle with Pixar. But we're not going to talk about the Michael Eisner story today. Today, we're just going to talk about one of the weird Michael Eisner things, which is Pleasure Island. Now, one important detail about Pleasure Island is actually it is not at all based on the Pleasure Island from Pinocchio in any form. Like, no tie-ins to that whatsoever. And I know, I would have thought the exact same thing as you would think, that this is, of course, a tie-in to Pinocchio, even though it's not that dark as Pinocchio. but after listening to a nearly 3-hour podcast from 4 adult men diving into this park's history and their fond memories being there, and watching a Yesterworld video on it, which I do highly recommend both to you, I realized that this is actually based on the very obscure character that I believe Disney made called Meriwether Adam Pleasure. Now, I'm going to condense what Yesterworld told me in his video on the fictional history of this island, and honestly, a lot of what I'm going to say today is what I've learned from those two sources, so if you would like to check them out, linked down below. But let's get into who Mr. Pleasure is. Mr. Pleasure was an explorer from the 1900s and found himself in Mexico. Here, he had visions of the Funmeister. Now, one thing you're gonna notice is the Funmeister looks like that moon guy, who I'm totally blanking on name because I never grew up with this moon guy, but is the moon guy from McDonald's, and this guy was popular at the same time as Mr. Funmeister was created. Now, apparently the Funmeister led Mr. Pleasure to Florida because he was an ancient being, or sort of a spirit, the Funmeister was, being worshipped in ancient Rome by tribes. And I'm not joking, this is a real Michael Eisner Disney story that nobody really knows. Even the people that visited here will touch on how this story was there, but not many people recognized it. It's kind of weird. Anyways, on to the super elaborate story that nobody cared about. Mr. Pleasure then went to Florida because the Funmeister soon traveled over to Florida and was worshipped there by tribes. Mr. Pleasure then goes to Florida and found a totem of the Funmeister, like an ancient artifact, which is really cool because the tribe there then would respect Mr. Pleasure, since Mr. Pleasure had like this deity totem of the Funmeister, and that to them signified we should respect this man because he respects Funmeister and might have been picked by Funmeister. Now you might be thinking, what on earth does this have to do with Pleasure Island? Well, Mr. Pleasure got to purchase the island that these tribes seemingly owned or lived on, and so he purchased that because the tribes said, we respect you and love you because you have a deep connection with the Funmeister. So in 1911, that was acquired by Mr. Pleasure, all because of the totem. Mr. Pleasure immediately started doing what he used to do before exploration, putting industries in, a lot of working industries to create product like steel and paper and whatever else he put there, industry. But what would this all do for Mr. Pleasure? Well, it would fuel his exploration journeys. And here, Mr. Pleasure went on some journeys. But one day, he was lost at sea. And he died in the sea, just like that. He went out to sea, and there was a thunderstorm, and Mr. Pleasure's gone. It's only the spirit of the Funmeister and the two sons of Mr. Pleasure, who took over the companies in 1955 and before 1955, but then in 1955, they went bankrupt and lost the entire island. Then Hurricane Connie, which is a real hurricane that hit Florida, in this story, destroyed the fictional island and I guess destroyed the tribes as well. I guess it wiped out a part of civilization in Florida. Now, what ended up happening is in 1987, an Imagineer built Pleasure Island. And in the 1990s, we got that. So an Imagineer just kind of discovered the Pleasure Island and built Pleasure Island by the 1990s, which was just a nighttime entertainment district, much like Vegas or the Universal City Walk. Now,
very well done. We're going to skip a little bit ahead to the clubs, and then apparently Pop Some Popcorn also had some pictures as well. So we're almost done. Then we're going to bring forth Pleasure Springs. Cannot wait for this. It's going to be so exciting.
Now, one of the more popular places was a 21 and older dance club called Mannequins, where you danced and drank. Here, performers dressed like mannequins, because why not? I don't know why. was a Michael Eisner decision. There was also the Comedy Warehouse, which was a comedy club where I guess some comics actually did get started. I don't know about any big name comics, but some people got their start there, which is pretty cool. There was also a 3-story building, which was a roller skate town, and you just roller skated. It's kind of like Roller-Rama, like your typical skater rink. This place also had the Neon Armadillo Salon, which hosted new upcoming artists playing live music, but they were all country stars. About a year after opening was, of course, the Pleasure Island Jazz Company, which was live music, but jazz. Videopolis East was a section for the kids, and if you don't know about Videopolis, that is an entire video in and of itself, but the shortened, condensed version is it was a failed Disney experiment under Michael Eisner, which was a nighttime club to dance at and have fun, but it was aimed at like kids 21 and younger, people 21 and younger, so teens and young adults, so no alcohol there.
We were able to use Google Ads
Now, the Grand Adventures Club was there, and this is the biggest and last club that we'll talk about, and I believe the last one there. And this was big because it was actually unique. You see, this club wasn't just a nightclub. No, it had its own comedy, animatronics, drinks, a story that actually tied into both the Jungle Cruise and our very own Mr. Pleasure, which I already said nobody cared about the story. We'll get to that in a little bit. But some budget cuts did affect the place, with removing plans for a fortune teller, a live one, not one of those fortune telling machines. That would have been pretty easy, but a live one, and a ghost bar where the Peppers effect from the Haunted Mansion would be replicated in front of you, so you could drink with a ghost. That's kind of cool. The story was stupid. If you look at some of these plaques on your screen, you can read them. I'm not going to read them to you. You could pause the video, but these plaques weren't very intelligent of a story. They were kind of weird and Black night, however, at this event of Pleasure Island, and I mean it, every single night would end with the New Year's Eve celebration to celebrate the Funmeister's birthday. Because of course, the Funmeister, the man of fun, is born on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. I'm not really sure. I think it's New Year's Day, and that's why we're celebrating, because as the New Year goes in, that was the very moment the Funmeister came to be, I guess. Now, I don't even know how much this costs them each and every night to shoot off insane amounts of fireworks, have a, I guess, kiddie Mardi Gras party style is what it kind of looks like. People just moshing in the streets, jumping up and down, singing their favorite Disney songs or whatever old songs were there. And when I say old, I'm not saying like songs of the 1990s. I don't think Disney played very up-to-date songs. They were probably playing stuff from the 80s, stuff that was 10 years old already and I guess a little bit dated, or nothing super noteworthy. The power line from the Goofy movie, who is actually still a pretty culturally relevant Disney character to Disney fans. And the other icon would be Stitch, who I feel like is a universal icon for a lot of people in pop culture. They just know who Stitch is. Now, the both of them would set the mood for this island. And trust me, this island is going to get very costly and very audacious very fast. Stitch would represent the wild and wacky side of Pleasure Island, while Powerline would show us the futuristic tone that this island would take. I
like that combination, wild and futuristic. I like the combination.
He would introduce just, all the fun new tech, and we'll get into that. Now, we would have 5 very simple clubs. The first would be the Goofy Laugh House. Goofy's Laugh House would be our very first club, and they would host comics. And on some nights, we would have more child-friendly ones, and on other nights, you'd have more adult-centric comics. Here you can eat some good old American food and laugh as you sip your sparkling water or your martini or really whatever you get. Now, Powerline's Powerhouse would be where guests experience cutting-edge technology such as an immersive VR experience, high-tech escape rooms, and a retro-futuristic arcade with some old games and some new games like, I don't know, Beat Saber or a VR Minecraft or a VR Fortnite Disney experience.
I'll know what's coming.
You know, stuff that's more relevant. And of course, we would have an old-fashioned bowling section of Powerline's Powerhouse with a neon aesthetic. Now, this is one of my personal favorites right here. This would be Stitch's Science Lab, but it would also be the most risky one to build and the most liable. You know, like it would make a lot of lawsuits happen. You see, Stitch's Science Lab would be the only educational and innovative area. Now, this might at first seem dumb to you and obscure, but we would actually incorporate the madness of Stitch into a science lab. You could do wild experiments with highly trained professionals, take home souvenirs, maybe deal with space objects with a pre-show from Neil deGrasse
Not necessarily.
Tyson. And
if you get the right scientists
mini feeder
with the appearance from Stitch from time to time, I think this could actually work.
Every day. Now, this would actually feel like a more of an Epcot pavilion, which would be kind of good if people went to Pleasure Island before Epcot and went in here. And this was like, hey, this is what Epcot is like. It would achieve the dream that Walt once had of Epcot, or at least one of his dreams of Epcot, just being, you know, relevant and educational and entertaining. Now, this would be a very hands-on and more tech-savvy place than Epcot has ever been, which is why you could manufacture your own personal AI assistant for the very high price of $5,000, and it would basically act like Cortana from Halo or a hologram from Star Wars. Now, the other hands-on creative creation you can make is designing a car however you want virtually.
That's very
for the price of $50 to $100, depending on what you add on. And you could have this fully customizable toy car that's pretty big. And why would it be virtual? Well, we could put more presets and like assets in there, and then they would deliver it right to your hotel. Pretty cool. It would deliver there in like 1 to 2 days. Next, we have Videopolis 2.0, which would split into 3 different sectors: pop, country, and rock. So here we would feature the new songs from Olivia Rodrigo, Taylor Swift, The Weeknd, Ariana Grande, Billie Eilish, and a few others in the pop place. You could even have special theme nights for the 90s or 80s where you'd hear Madonna, Michael Jackson, and Britney Spears. And why not every once in a while have Deadpool come out and randomly dance to Bye 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 with the entire crowd? Now, the country room would feature some other live music from small artists and bands with some new and old country. And we'd also, of course, play some, you know, music whenever a band couldn't make it, such as Jelly Roll, Brad Paisley, Megan Maroney, and more. Culturally relevant artists, and maybe even somebody as old as like Johnny Cash. It's just classic state with Jimmy Buffett. Now, the rock room would feature a mosh pit of new and old rock and metal, all the while incorporating Animal from the Muppets in here. In the pop room, we would have Mickey and friends in neon outfits and probably Powerline walking around. And in the country room, you would have Woody somewhere. Now, finally, the most important and most expansive one that really transforms this island. I already know, I said Stitch's Science Room, you know, that place would be very expensive and liable and very fun. This gets better. The most important one is the Society of Explorers and Adventurers Club.
Shout out to all Pan Disney. You know what I love about this content creator? They understood the old while also allowing a new legacy to form. Very simple ideas. I do think the Stitch Science Lab would be very cool because science is cool. You find the right scientists that they have that science degree. You can find those experiments that can bring color and wonder and sound. Like Pleasure Island is, I think that could actually be something. Parks and popcorn, you're good people. I like you.
Now, for those of you that do not know, C is something that Disney created, and we will make a video someday on it. It's an organization of explorers and adventurers that ties into the films, TV, and most of all, the theme parks. And it's this interconnected universe that kind of gets complex over time. Now, this club would be an homage to the old Adventurers Club, but with sea stuff, Indiana Jones stuff, and even Jungle Cruise movie stuff tying in, and the Jungle Cruise ride stuff. Now, here you could either sit back and relax, or you could have a new sort of a tiki room show play out with tiki, sea, and tropical birds. You could eat some tropical foods from South America. You could drink tropical drinks. Or you could go and explore the rooms and discover the secrets of both Indiana Jones and Sea, and go on the Indiana Jones quest or the Sea quest. Both would end and intertwine with each other in an epic climactic search for treasure. Ancient South American temple treasure, and a guest appearance from Davy Jones and Jack Sparrow. Jack would help you battle Davy, and yes, this would be a massive deal that would be only on select days and select nights. And yes, this entire journey would expand all across Pleasure Island, and this final climactic event would kind of be like a massive stage show that the crowds could see that weren't even like involved in this. But the kids that, you know, get involved in this quest, and maybe some of the adults that get involved with this quest and go on it, would be able to like assist in the show. And of course, there would be Disney cast members helping them. And this would also segue into the epic fireworks celebration each night that this goes on. Now, as for restaurants, we're going to utilize the characters of Powerline, Baymax, and Stitch for 3 unique
Betamax
Powerline would give you very nutritious and healthy food, as well as high caffeine Disney branded energy drinks that may or may not be FDA approved. Big Sushi Bay would be on the outskirts next to the Bay Area, of course, like on the water. You would dine there, and it would be themed to Big Hero 6 with sushi, and Baymax would be there to greet you. Finally, Stitch's Slop would be the most trashy, greasy, and just over deep fried American food. You'd also get like just disgusting food. Greasy hot dogs, greasy burger, greasy fries. And it would very much be a space environment for Stitch. Shopping would incorporate the remnants of the old Pleasure Island with Pleasure Co., where you can get the retro Pleasure Island shirts and the Funmeister stuff and Jessica Rabbit stuff with the old Disney's 90s movies, such as DuckTales, Darkwing, Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, like all those Disney 90s stuff would be here. And then you'd have a trading outpost style of a shop where you get all your Sea, Indiana Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean merch, and then you'd have a modern space shop with Stitch merch, Star Wars merch, Powerline stuff, and a little bit of Marvel with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, I know if you are still watching, then you know that I have a very vivid imagination and that this will cost a lot. Now, I am just estimating this price solely off of really 2 things, but really nothing at all, because a lot of these new Disney expansions that have already been built are kind of dated, the 2 that I'm going to give you. So I'm going to give you a number, but we're going to base it off of 2 things, Pandora and Galaxy's Edge. Now, this right here would cost $1.2 billion base.
So $1.2 billion. I think people would be very excited. First of all, let's give it up to Parks and Popcorn. Did a fantastic job. Like I said, it is always the smaller creators that are stumping the yard for damn sure. So congratulations. Now, I'm going to need Tink's help here because Parks and Popcorn did a great job. Midway to Main Street did a great job. Rob Plays. And also, too, probably at Disney did great. And even Bob Iger did his thing. So, Tink, can you help us here? Thank you, Tank. We're going to take you to Disney World, then we'll come right back and pitch to you a brand new Pleasure Springs. Enjoy. Roll it.
Here you leave today and enter a world of
Mickey Mouse! A world of princesses.
A world of villains.
And heroes.
Raise your sabers.
A world of other worlds.
A world of all the favorites.
A world of throwbacks. A world of
for whatever you love. Infinite worlds await.
And there we are. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. We are live from the Walt Disney World Resort. The Cinderella Castle is behind me here, and fireworks are going off. So let's get to Pleasure Springs, where from this space is a island energy full of possibilities. Here we go, everybody. Let's design a 90-acre Pleasure Island reimagined. Next to Disney Springs that blends nightlife-themed entertainment and immersive storytelling from all 4 Walt Disney World parks. The goal is to revive the legendary nightlife energy of Pleasure Island while making it Disney quality, immersive story-driven, and multi-generational. First, a little context, conjecture, and connection for you all. The original Pleasure Island opened in 1989 as a nighttime district of comedy clubs and dance venues where New Year's Eve was celebrated every night. I just want you to know personally, with Florentine and Phil, we could not do this thing without bringing that back. That New Year's Eve will be back every single night, okay? And we are talking so big that at midnight, when the fireworks are going off at Pleasure Island, fireworks are going off at Cinderella Castle and Magic Kingdom, fireworks are going off at World Showcase, fireworks are going off behind the Chinese Theater, and fireworks are going off behind the Tree of Life. So Pleasure Island will be booming all over Walt Disney World Resort. Oh, we're not playing with this one, okay? Thought we did something with Universal, and we did. We're throwing down with Disney. And Disney never did that. Yes, you could. Yes. That's how this brother right here never gets any smoke from anybody, because all the links are in the description box there. It featured venues like the Adventurers Club, 8 Tracks, Mannequins Dance Palace, and Neon Armadillo before closing in 2008. When Disney redeveloped the area into retail-focused Disney Springs, your concept brings those icons back, but themed to the 4 Disney parks. Here we go. So, Pleasure Island Reimagined, or Pleasure Springs, where the Disney parks come out to play at night. Very nice there. A nighttime entertainment island divided into 4 lands inspired by the 4 parks, plus the Disney Quest Tech District. So, Kingdom Quarter, Magic Kingdom Energy, Future World District, Epcot Energy, Studio Backlight District, Hollywood Studios Energy, Adventure Wilds District, Animal Kingdom Energy. Let's keep going. And then, of course, we have the Disney Quest Tech District, an indoor mega attraction, and the Central Hub Pleasure Plaza midnight celebration stage. And, you know, throughout the day, the stage will be used for different things, but at midnight, that's when that plaza comes alive, everybody. So, Kingdom Quarter, Magic Kingdom representation, signature venue revival, Adventurers Club Reborn. The themes, the Society of Explorers and Adventurers headquarters. So shout out to Parks and Popcorn. You never know if we're going to be aligned or not, but of course, you could not bring Pleasure Springs back without the Adventurers Club. Experienced cast of improvisational characters, animatronic facts that talk, or audio animatronics. That's right. What was his name? Oscar or Caesar, I believe. Secret rooms and hidden doors and comedy rituals every hour on the hour, by the hour. So original club featuring improv performance, interacting with guests inside 1930s Explorer Clubhouse filled with artifacts. New rooms, Jungle Cruise Navigation Bar, Expedition Everest Ice Cavern Lounge, Pirates Tavern, and a haunted library speakeasy. I wonder if the Haunted Mansion has a haunted library. Of course, it would be haunted indeed. Yes, indeed. I brought up the name by accident. By the way, he's saying Pleasure Springs, and that's how history was made. Absolutely, my friend. And that was a great way to honor the old, bring in the new, which is what we do here at BFP Imagineering very damn well, if I do say so myself. Restaurant Skipper Society Mess Hall. And then Sea Secret Mission Interactive Puzzle Adventure across the district. Just like, now listen, I did not know about or springing into pleasure. Okay, looking forward to, okay, yes, I'm loving it. You know how much I'm loving it? Give me a moment.
I'm loving it.
I love our damn show so much. But yes, an interactive puzzle adventure across the district. And of course, Future World District Epcot representation. Now, of course, Phil was like, what you gonna bring back for this? 8 tracks, of course. As you guys know, there was the 8-track cassette, and you had disco and everything in between, the 70s and 80s groove, and the techno, you know, computer love. Roger and Zap, shout out to them. But this is 8 tracks reimagined. Let's get into it. Theme Retro Future Music Lab Original Club celebrate 70s and 80s disco culture with neon decor and classic dance music. New concept, a 3-floor dance club, LED lighted floors, projection dome ceiling zones, disco time machine, synthwave 80s club. And Future Beats Lounge, restaurants, Spaceship Earth Lounge, Cosmic Table, and World Showcase Food Hall. Attraction, test track racing bar simulators where guests race before drinks. Let's keep going. Now, we did a chill zone edition of BFP, and I said, wouldn't it be cool if Mannequin's Dance Palace was able to be infused into Hollywood Studios? Well, we brought it back with Pleasure Springs, everybody. Signature revival, Mannequin's Dance Palace, a part of the Studio Backlight District Hollywood Studios representation, or Imagination Wood Studios representation. Theme of Hollywood After Dark. The original club had a rotating dance floor and techno atmosphere with mannequin performers. New concept, massive spinning dance floor. Okay. Damn, that was your imagination of what was new wave music. See? See, what I knew about us is that we give a damn uck. And here's the thing. We don't give a damn uck or ish about the history that's hurt us, because it's hurt us. Why would we bring that history back in the space of creating anything? But we do give a damn uck and ish about creating something from the history that can help us. Let's keep going. So, massive spinning floor. This is a new concept fashion runway stage. Live DJs, rooms, the Star Wars Cantina Club, the Marvel Multi-Universe Lounge, Pixar Animation Karaoke Bar. Now, you could sing I Would Had Nothing If I Didn't Have You, but do not sing You Ain't Never Had a Friend Like Me, okay? And try to be somebody's genie in the middle of the night in Pleasure Island. There are children around. Be respectful. Well, actually, scratch that, because this island will be for people 21 and older. So sorry. Yeah. Oh, this is grown for the people. Okay. Restaurants rather. Hollywood Brown Derby after hours in the studio commissary grill. Attraction movie stunt party. So guests perform stunt choreography on stage. Adventure Wilds District, Animal Kingdom representation, signature revival, Neon Armadillo. So we got the Neon Armadillo. We got Mannequin's Dance Palace. We have 8 tracks. We have the Adventurers Club. We could bring back everything because this is honoring what used to be Pleasure Island. But the good thing about this revival is that all other clubs, we can have artwork honoring those other clubs that we could not bring back, but they are still integral to the history of Pleasure Island. Let's keep going here. Neon Armadillo reimagined themed global expedition outpost. Original venue hosted live country music before being replaced by BET Soundstage in 1998. New concept, jungle-themed music hall, world music concert, rooms, African drum bar. I do believe there was a club called Bongo's Cuban Cafe. Yes, indeed. Australian Outback Lounge, South African Fiesta Hall, restaurants. Yak and Yeti Night Market and the Flame Tree Smokehouse Tavern, attraction night safari bar crawl, guest travel between themed posts. Now, of course, excuse me, did you really think we were not going to do this and not bring back Disney Quest? Do you not know who we are? We're BFP Imagineering, of course. Let's keep going. Disney Quest Tech District Revival. Signature attraction, Disney Quest. A 7-story. Now, this is with no budget. If money didn't matter and it was about the theme, we would do this. 7-story indoor digital theme park, but it would probably be that 3-story indoor theme park. And not to mention, this would be the revival of bringing Disney Quest back to regional entertainment energy, right? So zones, virtual reality, adventures, esports arenas, interactive rides, retro arcade, and content creator studios. That's right, we got you content creators on lock, on deck, and in the zone. Major attractions here. So we got the Pirates of the Caribbean VR battle, Tron Light Cycle Arena, Wreck-It Ralph Arcade Tower, multiplayer Jungle Cruise Simulator. And did I mention? Come here. Hey, guess what? Guess what? We're going to bring back one thing. And this thing is so important. And no, it's not Animation Academy. We'll bring that back. Welcome to Cyberspace Mountain. Bringing it back. Wait, copycat. Wait. Are you saying that the 4 clubs that I chose are the clubs that you chose? Is that what you're saying, good sir? This becomes the bridge between gaming culture. Disney Parks fits perfectly with your MLG Entertainment Network concept. Yes, I did. I was playing around with it and brought Major League Gaming back as an entertainment television network, but that's the fun of AI. You can always play. And then, of course, the nighttime island tradition, midnight celebration every night, New Year's Eve at Pleasure Island. Fireworks over the lagoon, countdown party in the Central Plaza. So, that confetti that you saw, it will be times 10. The balloons that come down will be times 10. And did I mention Pleasure Island New Year's Eve celebration will be in every park? Magic Kingdom at midnight, Cinderella Castle, Epcot, World Showcase, and Spaceship Earth. Oh, we're going there. The one, the only Chinese theater, fireworks over that in the Tree of Life. So all 4 parks, along with Pleasure Island, will be raining down in confetti and fireworks every night. So confetti will be on Main Street. Confetti will be dropping down into the experimental prototype community of tomorrow. Confetti will be in Hollywood, and confetti will be in the Animal Kingdom. Nostalgia lives, my friend. Yes, indeed. The original island famously celebrate New Year's Eve nightly, a tradition fans still remember. So, signature island attractions: Disney Quest, Mega Arcade, Sea Adventure Game, Rotating Dance Palace, virtual reality theme rides, live comedy clubs, and waterfront concerts. Annual events. Disney After Dark Festival. Oh, yeah. Y'all didn't expect that, did you? Oh, yeah. We're doing Pleasure Island New Year's Eve at every single park, every single night. 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 Told you. Thought we did something with Universal, we were going to blow it out with Disney. I was not playing with you. Do y'all think I just do this for fun? I mean, I do, but... And honestly, here's the gag of it all. If I got hired by Disney or Universal, all I'm going to do is just take everything I did on YouTube and just execute in real life. That's all I'm going to do. So... Annual events: Disney After Dark Festival, Halloween Villains Ball, Epcot Retro Disco Nights, and Adventurers Club Expedition Weekend. Now, here's something cool. Remember how I said with the Walt Disney World rebrand master plan, of course, with Phil and Florentine, those great legends that they are, what we would add to Disney? A couple things would come back. We're bringing back Disney Fast Pass. There's going to be too much to do, right? We're also bringing back Disney Magical Express, where your bags are in your hotel room. But also, we're bringing back extra magic hours to every resort guest. And, ladies and gentlemen, I don't believe they did this for Downtown Disney West Side, and Pleasure Island. We are going to bring back extra magic hours for Pleasure Island. Let me explain what that means. And to Disney Springs. Because Pleasure Springs and Disney Springs will be one. So let me explain what that means to you. If you are staying at a Walt Disney World Resort, you will get to go into Disney Springs and Pleasure Island, or Pleasure Springs rather, 1 hour early, or when Pleasure Springs and Disney Springs closes for everybody else, you'll get to stay in for up to an extra 3 hours. Now, if this was announced at D23, I promise you, they would lose their rabbit ass minds. I promise you that. They wouldn't know what to do. Be like, wait. So wait. Perks are coming back. New rides, new attractions. All the restaurants and bars are being refreshed, and we're getting Pleasure Springs. What are you doing to us? You're making Disney great again. Now that's different than what this dumbass president, his administration, his supporters are doing. That's different. Okay? All right, moving on. How will they block people? Oh, it's not a park exactly. Disney's Villains Ball will be able to compete with Universal Halloween Horror Nights. Yes. Oh, yes. And by the way, Universal, to the Universal fans, come here. Hey, because we're going to keep Pleasure Island and Disney Springs open for an extra 3 hours, do you know what that's going to do to Epic Universe? It's going to give y'all extra celestial hours. You're welcome. Moving on. Transportation. Arrival by Disney Springs Bridge, Skyliner Station, water taxis, and monorail nightlife shuttle. Why this would work? Fans still nostalgically remember dancing at mannequins or hanging out at the Adventurers Club. One Disney fan wrote, mannequins felt like stepping onto a movie set from Reddit. A reimagined island will combine nightlife, immersive storytelling, and interactive attractions, something Disney Springs currently does not fully provide. So the overall layout philosophy: Central Hub, Pleasure Plaza, 4 surrounding districts inspired by the parks, indoor mega attraction district for Disney Quest Revival, waterfront boardwalk connecting everything, 90 acres. Yes. Yes. The island is designed to be a hub and spoke nighttime park similar to Magic Kingdom. So you have the entry bridge, studio backlot, Disney Quest Tech District, Pleasure Plaza, Central Hub and Stage. Kingdom Quarter, Future World District, and Adventure Wilds. So the acre distribution, Kingdom Core will be 18 acres, Future World District 18 acres, Studio Backlight District 15 acres, Adventure Wilds 17 acres, Disney Quest District 15 acres, and Pleasure Island Hub 7 acres. So, Adventurers Club for Kingdom Quarter, inspired by Magic Kingdom. Adventurers Club flagship show venue, Pirates Tavern Bar, Haunted Mansion Speakeasy, Skipper Society Restaurant C, Adventure Puzzle Style Attraction Street Design, Victorian Exploration Port, Gas Lamps and Explorer Statues, Atmosphere Adventureland meets Main Street Nightlife. Future World District, 18 acres, inspired by Epcot. So 8 Tracks is the signature venue. 8 Tracks Retro Dance Club, Spaceship Earth Lounge, World Showcase Food Hall, Test Track Racing Bar, Cosmic DJ Dome, Street Design. Futuristic architecture, LED sidewalks, floating hologram signs, Atmosphere Retro Future Nightlife Studio, Backlot District, 15 acres. Inspired by, don't want to say it, but I'm copying. Inspired by Disney's Hollywood serials or Disney's Imagination Wood Studios. Signature venue, Madkins Dance Palace. Key locations, Madkins Dance Palace, Star Wars Cantina Club, Marvel Multi-Universe Lounge, Pixar Karaoke Studio, Stunt Show, Party Stage. Street Design. Backlot movie sets, studio lights, neon Hollywood signs, Atmosphere Hollywood After Dark. Adventure Wilds District, 17 acres, inspired by Disney's Animal Kingdom, Neon Armadillo, signature venue, Neon Armadillo, African Drum Lounge, or we can also add Bongo's Cuban Cafe, because that was one of the original venues on Disney's, downtown Disney's west side. When you know your history, you're able to utilize your history. Jungle Expedition Bar. Yak and Yeti Night Market, Night Safari, Interactive Attraction, Street Design, Lantern Lion, Wood Bridges, Jungle Camp, Atmosphere World Music Festival meets Jungle Expedition Water Taxi. I see your comment there, Florentin. Right there. Then, of course, the revival of Disney Quest Tech District, 15 acres, massive sub-story indoor complex, major attractions, Pirates, virtual reality battle, Tron Light Cycle Arena, Wreck-It Ralph Arcade Tower, Florentin, Water Taxi, Arrego, Saratoga, Old Key West, and Port Orleans. Yes, it does. It's very spring, sensational, Mickey. Yes, indeed. I'm not going to say nothing. But clock that comment. Hey, 5 people, welcome in. Glad to have you here. We're just talking some Pleasure Springs. We're pitching an all-new entertainment district that is honoring Pleasure Island while also bringing in the Disney Springs energy. So glad to have you all here. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Glad to have you all here. Esports Arena Gaming, entertainment rather, gaming tournaments, esports arena rather, now entertainment, gaming tournaments, virtual reality rides, and creator streaming studios. This district strong connects with your gaming entertainment vision. Of course, Pleasure Plaza, 7 acres, the central hub of the island, features midnight celebration stage, fountain light shows, New Year's Eve countdown nightly. This keeps the tradition from Pleasure Island where every night was New Year's Eve. And then, of course, the waterfront boardwalk encircles the island, features rooftop bars, subduing fireworks viewing, street performance, and food kiosk. So transportation access, entry points, bridge from Disney Springs, Skyliner Station, Water Taxi Dock, nighttime monorail shuttle, daily capacity, 18, this is approximate guest capacity, 18,000 to 22,000 guests nightly. This keeps it energetic but not overcrowded. Visual scale comparison, size comparison. Disney Springs 120 acres. Pleasure Island reimagined 90 acres. You're able to see walk 30 acres. Your island. Check this out. Your island will be the largest themed nightlife district in the world. Your island will be the largest themed nightlife district in the world. Your island will be the largest themed nightlife district in the world. Disney will be setting a record with this. So let's zoom in on the odds, darlings. Okay, here we go. So that's Kingdom Quarter right there. That's Kingdom Quarter right there. You see the Adventurous Club. You see the Future World District. You see the you see Spaceship Earth right there. Yes, you do. Mannequins Dance Palace. Oh man, Disney, this is a D23 announcement if I ever seen one. I don't think the audience would be able to have a mental capacity to take this in, because this will be the first time that Disney actually has been cleared of their allergies in a long time of being allergic to creativity. Let's keep going. Of course, the Disney Quest Tech District, Pleasure Plaza Midnight Celebration. And then Neon Armadillo. How about that? How cool is that? Right? Right? I mean, come on. I would listen. That's how you bring the old and expand the new, right? I did ask it to update, so that would be Pleasure Island altogether. Yeah, I know. But I'm not done, though, because I added something. What does that say? I said, add Tiana's Palace, a sit-down restaurant, to the Magic Kingdom section. Add the Axiom restaurant to the Epcot section. Add the Sorcerer Conqueror restaurant to the Hollywood Studio section. Add the Pride Rock Steakhouse to the Animal Kingdom section, along with a Typhoon Lagoon Bar and Lounge and a Blizzard Beach Bar and Lounge. Didn't I tell you we were going to blow it out with Disney? Y'all, did y'all not know who y'all were dealing with? I'm sorry. Okay, let's continue. Yes, you may. Tiana sit-down restaurant, a full New Orleans fine casual dining restaurant inspired by The Princess and the Frog. Remember how I gave you your clue in the description box of how Michael Eisner wanted a Splash restaurant based on the movie Splash? Here it is. We're bringing Disney into Pleasure Island in the way Michael Eisner wanted. Atmosphere of French core balconies, jazz musicians performing live fire lantern lightning. So Ray and Evangeline will be a part of this thing. Outdoor courtyard overlooking the plaza. The menu: shrimps and grits, bayou gumbo, beignets and hickory coffee. La Renee Creole, that's for you, gorgeous, right there. Of course, it would be from Cafe du Monde. We're going to be on purpose with this. Occasion seafood boil, and also, too, some good old catfish, baby. Yes, indeed. With some Louisiana hot sauce. Yes, indeed. Signature moment: every hour, the restaurant hosts a second line parade through the dining room of the venues in this district still include the Adventurous Club, Pirates Tavern, and Haunted Mansion Speakeasy. So imagine you're going from the Adventurous Club to the Pirates Tavern to Haunted Mansion Speakeasy to Tiana's Palace in one area. Yeah, that's what we do over here. BFP Imagineering. Future World District, Epcot inspired. Let's go to the Axiom restaurant. Here we go. This one's emotional because Wally has never been in a theme park before at Disney, and now we're bringing him home. The Axiom restaurant inspired by the spaceship from Wally. Atmosphere, massive space station window, slow rotational dining ring, robotic servers, holographic star maps, menu, molecular gastrometry dishes. Global cuisine inspired by World Showcase's space-themed cocktails. Signature experience. Guests watch the Earth slowly rotate beneath the ship through giant panoramic screens. I know what you're thinking. Bro, is this Space 220 remix? No, it's not. Because Wally and Eve would be over the restaurants. Okay, you would actually see Wally saying, I don't know. Eva. We're not playing here. We're actually going to do the thing that Disney should do with the Galactic Star Cruiser and bring the Axiom to Hollywood Studios. But because Wally is technological, bringing it to the Epcot part of Pleasure Springs. Here we go. So other venues here include 8 tracks, test track, racing bar, spaceship, Earth lounge. Studio backlot, Hollywood Studios inspired. Right here, the Sorcerer Conqueror Restaurant, a cinematic, mystical dining experience inspired by the magical worlds of Marvel and fantasy. Atmosphere, floating relics, spelling circles, glowing on tables, portals opening on walls. Magical projection effects, menu, multi-universe fusion cuisine, mystic, spellbound, cocktails, mystic dessert illusion. Oh, I'm not done, my friend. I got one more surprise for all of you. Mystic dessert illusions, dinner show, magicians bow through projections, base spell duels above the dining room. Other venues here include the Mannequins Dance Palace, Star Wars Cantina Club and Pixar Karaoke Studio. Now to the Adventure Wilds District, Animal Kingdom inspired. Pride Rock Steakhouse, a premium steakhouse inspired by Lion King. And yes, there will be vegan dishes there. Okay, we make sure everybody's good. Atmosphere, dining terrace, shaped like Pride Rock, Savannah sunset projections, fire torches, African drums, animal silhouettes moving across the horizon. Menu, African spice steaks, grilled seafood, safari cocktails, and flaming desserts. Nighttime moment, the sky projection recreates the circle of life sunset every hour. Other venues here include Neon Armadillo, Jungle Expedition Bar, African Drum Lounge. Now, these are the water park lounges. So this will be Island Boardwalk. These connect the island to Disney's water park energy. Typhoon Lagoon Surf Bar and Lounge. So this will include a wave pool, DJ booth, floating bar, seating, and surfboard neon decor. And then Blizzard Beach Ice Bar and Lounge. Inspired by Disney's Blizzard Beach. You know, that looks like from a familiar movie of some sort. Interesting. Moving on. Frozen cocktail bar will be a feature ski lawn dance floor, snowfall light effects, and signature drink the avalanche margarita. Total dining across the island, major restaurants, Tiana's Palace, Axiom Restaurant, Sorcerer Conqueror Restaurant, and Pride Rock Steakhouse. Now you're probably wondering, right? See? If Frozen can be utilized purposefully to expand the story and not just spread it everywhere for exposure, it can work, but it has to have a purpose. Now, you're probably wondering, Braylon, there were so many restaurants that you could shows from the 90s Disney decade. Well, I did bring The Lion King because that's one of the animated movies there. But here's the thing about all the parks, right? What about Agrabah? You don't think that they can make some Agrabah-inspired dishes at Pride Rock Steakhouse, Sorcerer Conqueror Restaurant? You know how much Disney magic is imported to anything and everything? There are movies that may not get mentioned that there could be dishes there. Same thing with the Axiom Restaurant. Disney knows how to utilize technology, can make some dishes and drinks. And then Tiana's Palace. The princesses, right? The princesses. And this is how I saw it, right? The princesses come down to New Orleans, baby. So imagine Snow White in New Orleans, baby. Imagine Rapunzel in New Orleans, baby. You get to see a whole different side of those princesses. Yes, indeed. Now, personally, I would like all of them to be plus size myself, but we have to stick to the story. So unfortunately, it is what it is. So yes, but let's continue lounging in bars. Typhoon Lagoon Surf Bar. I never miss a chance to get what I want. Blizzard Beach Ice Lounge, Pirates Tavern, Spaceship, Earth Lounge, Jungle Expedition Bar. I like everything here. This exceeded my expectations in an Eisner way, sir. Thank you. Girls Night Out. Yes, because the princesses, they need to let their hair down. And what other place can the princesses have besides Tiana? Tiana can get down. You know what I'm saying? So you need an environment that can allow you to make it do it. I know all these choices in one area, the largest themed entertainment nightlife district in the world. Okay. So why this upgrade works? These restaurants create parks icon and nightlife form. Guests could eat New Orleans food at Tiana's Palace, dine in space at the Axiom, experience magic at the Sorcerer Conqueror, and watch the Savannah sunset at the Pride Rock Steakhouse. It turns the island into the ultimate Disney nighttime culinary destination. It could make a Braylon Lee virtual tour storyline for your live stream, which would be perfect for your Imagineering style content. Now, of course, I could do a full 90-acre map, but I want to bring up a comment. I did say that comment was going to matter. I did say that, didn't I? I did. Let's go to that. Did you really think that it was only going to be Marvel? No, that Sorcerers Hat's a part of the history, and damn it, we're bringing it to Pleasure Island, baby. Yes, indeed. Let's get to it. Great idea, making the Sorcerer's Hat the anchor of the restaurant ties the district directly to the cinematic history of Disney's Hollywood Studios, where the hat once served as the park's icon. Also reinforces the magical storytelling tied to Mickey Mouse as the sorcerer from Fantasia and from Fantasmic. Below's the updated Sorcerer Conqueror restaurant concept with the hat as the architectural centerpiece. So here's a Sorcerer Conqueror restaurant anchor Mickey Sorcerer hat. So the building itself is a giant sorcerer hat structure rising 120 feet tall. Now, this is without a budget, but inside the restaurant, you would be inside the hat, eating inside the magic. And yes, Mickey, of course, would make appearances. Of course, he's the guy that wears the hat. Of course. Features giant blue wizard hat with glowing gold stars, rather not glow, but gold stars, magic light projections across the fabric, floating spell effects around the brim, and grand entrance from the base of the hat. At night, the hat radiates magical energy that beams into the sky, making it the visual icon of the entire island skyline. 1 and 4. What do you mean 1 and 4? Give some more context, conjecture, and connection there, good sir. Inside the hat is a multi-level mystical dining adventure. Level 1, the spell lobby. Yes, enter through a magical hall where rotating brooms sweep the floor. Spell books whisper secrets. Enchanted relics glow in glass cases. A giant magical portal leads to the dining chamber. Yes. Level 2, the Sorcerer Dining Hall. The main restaurant space sits inside the hat's crown. Designed spiral balconies shaped like magical rings, glowing spell circles projected onto tables, enchanted constellations across the ceiling. Every 30 minutes, a spell storm spectacular occurs where the entire room comes alive with magical projections. Number 3, the Conqueror Lounge. Because this is the Sorcerer Conqueror restaurant. Here we go. VIP rooftop lounge inside the tip of the hat features panoramic views of the island, specialty elixir cocktails, nighttime fireworks viewing, signature dining show, the Sorcerer's Duel. 2 rival musicians battle for the control of the hat's power using see what you did. I actually pitched Mickey. Well done. Yes, indeed. That's what I couldn't give it away. I just said, that's an interesting comment you made. I'm not going to confirm or deny anything, So where I was thinking about eating under the Sorcerer's Hat last week, I don't remember why. Everything connects, my friend. Yes, indeed it does. Let's see here. The Sorcerer's Duel. 2 rival musicians battle for control of the hat's power using projection mapping, lighting effects, holographic creatures. At the finale, the hat erupts with a magical fireworks show above the building. Menu theme, mythical global cuisine inspired by fantasy worlds. Example, fire appetizers, fire dragon, shrimp, enchanted forest salad, entree, sorcerer steak, spellbound lobster, multi-universe pasta, desserts, chocolate fall chocolate spire, and magical mirror cheesecake. You guys signed Phil. Oh, okay, so Phil was asking that. Okay, so Phil was thinking about eating under the Sorcerer's Hat last week. There it is. The signature drink, the Fantasia Elixir, the district impact, the structure becomes the Hollywood Studios icon of the land, much like Cinderella Castle at Magic Kingdom, Spaceship Earth at Epcot. The hat will serve as the nighttime beacon of pleasure iron. Oh, damn, I just remembered, and Braylon did it. That part. The skyline idea for the entire isle will be castle, hat, spaceship, Pride Rock, all visible together. And if you think about that, you got the castle, you got Spaceship Earth, right? So castle, Spaceship Earth. You got the hat, which now is Chinese theater, but still. And then Pride Rock, Tree of Life. We've recreated the park icons in Pleasure Springs. Skyline idea would especially make this feel like a fifth Disney park for nightlife. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your Disney Pleasure Springs concept, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, I don't know what else you want me to do. I really don't know what else you want me to do. I mean, if they announced that D23, I promise you, I don't know what the fans will do. And it's sad that a Disney fan here could make something that amazing. I mean, you see the fireworks, right? So, with that being said, I'm going to turn off my camera now because we've done the whole show for over 2 hours. Yes, we have. I'm going to take a little bit of a commercial break, and then I'm going to come back and wrap up the show because I still have the Onyx collab to do. I want to honor that room. I know they're like, Ray, you're over an hour late. I know. I was pitching something really big here. Okay. And believe me, we will do an after show at another time. I just want to make sure that I honor my room. Well, here's the thing, right? I just typed in 90 acres just to have fun with it. You know what I mean? Now, of course, 40. This would not work on 40 acres. This was, unless you can take all that and make it 40 acres, that might be a bonus assignment for you. But listen, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of a commercial break, a Disney break, that is, and we'll be back right after this. Tink, can you take us into the break, please? And thank you.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward,
with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
In Disney's 102-year history, there have been many defining moments and countless achievements. Today, we celebrate another thrilling moment, the creation of a spectacular new Disney theme park resort coming to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, a place where we preserve our past while designing the future.
Bringing a Disney theme park resort to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi, marks a historic milestone in our journey as a global family destination.
The 7th Disney theme park resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park ambitions. Our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our entire portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique. It's anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. Ultimately, this project will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together.
What we are creating with Disney in Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination, an experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world.
This collaboration represents a powerful fusion of Disney's unmatched legacy in storytelling and Mira's commitment to bringing world-class entertainment to our guests.
Abu Dhabi's vision for the future is to create a legacy for generations to come.
Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. An oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at this crossroads of the world. It will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways becoming a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come.
Here you leave today and enter a world of
World of princesses.
A world of villains.
And heroes.
Raise your sabers.
A world of other worlds.
A world of all the favorites.
A world of throwbacks. A world of
for whatever you love. Infinite worlds await.
Open your eyes.
Think of the one place you've always wanted to see.
This is where our magic comes from.
They say if you dream a thing more than once,
Please, please, please.
it's sure to come true.
Everything you see exists together in the great circle of life.
There were stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it.
In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun.
I told you she was tricky.
Life is full of possibilities. What do you want to be remembered for?
The world is in our hands, and we gotta do something with it.
I just want to say a word of thanks to all the artists, the workers, and all of you. The young and the young in heart. You helped make this dream come true.
I'm loving it.
I'm loving y'all right back. Welcome back into Bradley's Virtual Tour Live. Before we go, I just have one question for you, and I want you to answer it to me bluntly. What you saw tonight, 38 plus 6 acres of sightline forest plus 6.5 acres of the mango garage parking lot plus 19 acres of buffer to separate, not to interrupt the golfers too much. So you believe that plan, wait, do you mean, dang it, that plan wouldn't work for the plan that I did, or what do you mean by that? As you type out that answer, I want everybody in the replay gang, I want everybody in the live chat to answer me this. Did Disney's Pleasure Springs capture this intro to the T? Did I recreate this intro? And do you feel that this intro could be Disney again? As the fireworks are going, you can't make this up. This is timing, ladies and gentlemen. Come on here now. Let's roll it.
To all who come to this happy place,
welcome.
Disneyland is your land.
does this to me every time. Every time. Every mother up and time. Oh my God.
This is a global event as Walt Disney World, Disneyland Paris, Tokyo Disneyland, Hong Kong Disneyland, and Disney Cruise Line join Disneyland in celebrating 50 years of magic. It's the happiest celebration on Earth.
Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals and the dreams that have created America, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
Now, Disney, that's how you make an announcement. That's how you do some creative engineering. And that is remembering all of your history and not just what makes fucking money. Try not to cry during that, because pitched a lot of stuff together as BFP Imagineering. Pitched a lot of stuff to y'all as Braden Lee. This one, I was like, oh, I gotta bring it. I have to make you feel that you want to get on a plane and go to the Walt Disney Studios. And what the fuck are y'all not doing? Did y'all see Braylon's live? What do you? I'm a big y'all ass. I wanted you to have that energy, to know that this Disney is out here. It can happen, and damn it, you got the resources to do it. But you gotta get out your own way. You've been trying to stay modernized for too damn long, and you forgot that y'all put the M, not in modernization, but in magic. Sit on the big screen. You've been too much about putting the M in modernization, and you've not been putting the M in magic. You've been putting too much of the M in being modernized, and you forgot to put the M in what the fuck y'all do best, and putting the M in magic. That's it. That's all I got for y'all. With that being said, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say one more special, because you will always want to bless and trust. You may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Wise one thing to call yourself is another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you, rather. You have spent time with me. And hopefully I spend time together, Ross. It'll be great together. And always remember what you're doing. Radio, television, YouTube, living your best life. Or maybe for future reference to all of corporate America, can we recognize that maybe fans that at least have a bachelor degree and that are willing to work hard and they have the soul to handle the assignment, maybe too they can be a CEO as well? Because just like Reggie Fils-Aimé was a black CEO at Disney, I believe Phil. Wait. Hang on, I'm trying to get myself. There we go. Wait. Oh, come on, damn it. See, why are you playing me, StreamYard? Really, you just can't. Right there, okay. Right there. So Phil, yeah, y'all see my. Anyway, y'all know where we are. Right over here. Anyway, Phil and Floriton. I am sure if I got announced as Disney CEO, those two would fight to the window, to the wall, to every Disney content creator on YouTube and all of social media to let them know, hey, this brother right here, this brother right here, Braylon Lee, we in good hands with him. He is not just going to be cultural because he's black. Even though that is the soul of who I am, and that's not going to change for you or anybody. But he will utilize his culture while embracing that every culture has a purpose. Black lives do matter. They do. But also recognizing purposeful creativity matters as well. And I know those two would fight for me as CEO. If I got installed as CEO, Phil Thornton would say, would y'all shut the fuck up? Braylon got this. Braylon got this. Braylon Lee's got this CEO job in the bag. What y'all tripping for? Go the fuck to sleep. Braylon got it. Braylon got it. Braylon got it. He's going to be doing a State of Disney Townhall for 2 hours once a month on ABC. He got it. He will come to your house just to sit down with you to see how your Disney vacation was. He got it. He will bring back the Disney Institute and once a month teach a class over there. He got it. And they wouldn't be saying that because they're my best friends. They would say that because I throw down in what the fuck I do. Like I said, some of y'all are only known because you have too much free time on your hands and you are connected to other people. But the real question is, can your creativity and you stand the fuck by your damn self? Because motherfuckers, this is about to be a 3-hour live with just me on it. Can we say the same about you? Especially for the bitches saying that nobody watches, but yet this motherfucker got 2 million views. Meanwhile, your bitch ass got deleted because of your own fucking demise, you cunt. Well, it is now time. With all that being said, one love, much love, all love. Always remember, on receive love, you gotta give it. On receive love, you gotta give it. On receive love, you gotta give it. Wherever obstacles you've overcome, where success you have achieved upon this particular day, I'm extremely proud of you. But no one else is proud of you. Be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, listen, words of Steve Harvey. You may know more than me. You may know more people than me, but you will never out-hustle me in being me. I'm going to say that 2 more times. You may know more than me. You may know more people than me, but you will never out-hustle me in being me. You may know more people than me, and you may know more than me, but you will never out-hustle me in being me. And you know what? I'm going to just stay here till the 3-hour mark. Let's just go ahead and round this motherfucker out. I got time. And by the way, bitch, because I know you're in the bushes watching. If what I'm saying ain't true, don't respond to me. But if you do respond to me, it must be true about your bitch ass to some damn degree, a fifth quarter or a half of it, or pound for pound, fist for fist, and soul for soul. You can't do what the fuck I do. And neither can the people who won't stomp the yard for you. Because they can't do what I do. It needs to be slaughtered socially, of course. Because wordplay is offensive to you. but you don't do any offensive behavior. In the words of Todd Chrisley, I'm not saying you a hoe. I'm saying you exhibit hoe behavior. That's what Todd Chrisley said. One more minute, y'all, and then we're on out of here. Oh my God. Oh, I almost forgot to show Florentin and Phil. Guys, look what I got from YouTube today. Well, it came in yesterday, but I want to show my friends here. So that way they know that they do the right things in life. They can also get stuff. Give me a moment. This right here is a YouTube crew shirt. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Let me show that off real quick, guys. Yeah. Let me show that off right there. You see that? See that? That says YouTube right there. Yeah, this is mine. Yeah, from YouTube. Yeah, I had to get code and everything. So yeah, this is mine. If you focus on your assignment, I promise you, people will be asking you to make assignments. If you focus on your assignment, people will be coming to you to make assignments. If you focus on your assignment, people will be coming to you to make assignments. Commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's come, for the blessing on the way for you, me, all of us, as a society, as a people, as a culture. I feel the love, and I'll send it right back to you. Bye, everybody.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I
Here you leave today and enter a world of
A world of princesses.
A world of villains.
And heroes.
Raise your sabers.
A world of other worlds.
A world of all the favorites.
A world of throwbacks. A world of
For whatever you love, infinite worlds await.
Open your eyes.
Think of the one place you've always wanted to see.
This is where our magic comes from.
They say if you dream a thing more than once,
Please, please, please.
it's sure to come true.
Everything you see exists together in the great circle of life.
There are stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it.
In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun.
I told you she was tricky.
Life is full of possibilities. What do you want to be remembered for?
The world is in our hands, and we gotta do something with it.
I just want to say a word of thanks to all the artists, the workers, and all of you. The young and the young in heart. You helped make this dream come true.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because
I've been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content.
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying